everyone! It's time for an English lesson, and today with you, Anzhelika Buravenko from school number 219. Well, today we are going to speak about some places of interest of Great Britain, and by the end of the lesson, you will be able to name and describe some of them. Before we start, let's check what information about Great Britain do you know. Please, answer the questions. The first one. What is the official name of the country? Do you remember? Yes, you are right. The official name of this country is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Well, number 2. What parts does the country consist of? I'm sure you know. There are 4 parts, 4 countries: England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. Next question. What is the capital of the United Kingdom? And I'm sure that you know that it is London. London is the capital of this big country. Next question. What is the official language of the country? Well, and it is English. Of course it is English. Next. What are the main rivers of the UK? Well, do you remember? The Severn and the Thames. Well, the Severn is the longest river and the Thames is the most important one. Next question. What are the highest peaks? You remember that they are Ben Nevis in Scotland and Snowdon in Wales. Next question, and the last one. What is the country washed by? It is an island country, and it is washed by the Atlantic Ocean, the North Sea, the Irish Sea and the English Channel. Okay, good job! It is true that the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland has very rich history. And of course, there are a lot of places of interest in this country. And now we shall speak about some of them. Let's start. Before we start, let's pay attention to some new words. Well, the first one is excavation. An excavation is the act of removing earth that is covering very old objects buried in the ground in order to discover things about the past. Well, next word we have to arrange. To arrange means to plan or to organize something. Together. To collect several things, maybe several people, together. Well, and now to perform. To perform means to entertain, to show something. To entertain by dancing, singing, acting or playing music. And in the bottom, you can see some geographical names. Let's just name them. Read after me, please. Stonehenge, Hadrian's Wall, Edinburgh, Stratford-on-Avon, Lake District, Windsor Castle. Okay, good job. Let's move on. Let's start with Stonehenge. Stonehenge is situated about 150 kilometers west from Brighton. It was built almost 4,000 years ago. There are 80 stones in this place, and some of them weigh more than 5 tons. The stones stand in circles, and some of them are arranged into a horseshoe shape. The scientists consider that Stonehenge was built in order to calculate the annual calendar and the seasons. It is a rather mysterious place, don't you think so? And actually, it is famous not only in Britain, but all over the world. Next, please. Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle is located in the city of Windsor, in southern England. It is the residence of the British royal family. The castle was built in 1070 by William the Conqueror. This is the big and beautiful place with a lot of parks, lakes and chapels. Windsor is one of the greatest castles in England, and it is the oldest residence of the royal family. Let's move on. Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall was built by the Romans more than 1800 years ago. You can still walk along some parts of the wall and see excavations of some Roman forts. This wall ran across the north of England from coast to coast. Emperor Hadrian built this wall at the boundary of the Roman Empire, and it is still in a very good condition. Well, and next we have Edinburgh. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland and one of Europe's finest cities. The Edinburgh Festival is the best-known cultural festival in Britain. There is an impressive program of music and theatres. Some of them take place just in the streets. The heart of Edinburgh is the 1,000-year-old castle, the residence of Scottish kings. Next we have Stratford-upon-Avon. It is a small town with a population of about 20,000. It is 94 miles northwest of London. This town is famous as a birthplace of a famous British writer, William Shakespeare. In 1932, the Royal Shakespeare Theatre was opened in Stratford-upon-Avon. Only Shakespeare's plays are performed here. People from all over the world come to Stratford-upon-Avon every year to see these plays. Well, and the last one is Cardiff. Cardiff is the capital of Wales and its main port. Cardiff is a rather popular tourist center. There are some places of interest there, such as the Castle, National Museum of Wales, New Theatre, Welsh Folk Museum. The Welsh people love singing a lot. That's why Wales is sometimes called the land of songs. One of Welsh traditions is festivals. Song festivals are very popular and usually gather a lot of people. By the way, Cardiff was proclaimed as the capital of Wales only in 1955. And now I'd like to check your reading comprehension. Look at the sentences about the sites of Great Britain and find the mistakes in them. Well, Stonehenge is situated to the north of Brighton. Well, I think the north is not correct. Hadrian's Wall was built by the Americans. It is definitely not so. Okay, number 3. The Welsh people love dancing. I don't think it is right. Well, number 4. The Royal Shakespeare Theatre was opened in 1832. It is not correct. The wrong year. 5. Edinburgh is famous for its university. Is it really so? University, are you sure? Number 6. Windsor Castle is situated in Scotland. Well, I think you know that it is not true. Scotland is a mistake. And now let's see the answers. Stonehenge is situated to the west of Brighton. Hadrian's Wall was built by the Romans. The Welsh people love singing. The Royal Shakespeare Theatre was opened in 1932. Edinburgh is famous for its festivals. Windsor Castle is situated in England. Well, let's have one more task. Look at the screen. What can you see here? It's Windsor Castle. Next. What do you think it is? Where is this place? You definitely recognize the house where Shakespeare was born, and it is in Stratford-upon-Avon. Yeah, you're right. Next, please. What is it? Do you recognize this site? Yeah, it is Stonehenge. Next. Oh, it looks like it is a port city. Well, and we have Cardiff. What a long wall. Do you remember how we name it? Yeah, you're right. It is Hadrian's Wall. Roman Hadrian built it. Well, I think you have recognized it. It is the heart of Edinburgh, Edinburgh Castle. See. Well, you've done everything right. Thank you for your work. Let's move on. Well, one more task for you. Look at the pictures, name the site and describe it with 1 or 2 sentences. The first one. I know that you recognize it. It is Stonehenge, yeah. And it is a place which was built more than 4,000 years ago. You're right. Next, look at this castle. Windsor Castle, you're right. And it is the residence of the royal family, the oldest one. Well, what a long wall. Do you remember how do we call it? Yes, you are right. Hadrian's Wall. This wall runs across the north of England from coast to coast. Next is Edinburgh. This is the city where a great festival of music and theatre takes place every year in August. Well, Stratford-upon-Avon. This is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. And Cardiff. This city is a big port and a popular tourist center. You were just great. As you can see, we have learned about some places of interest, some amazing places of interest of Great Britain. But I want to mention one more. This place is called the Nature Wonder. British people like riding horses and boating there. It is very popular among the British and people all over the world. It is one of the biggest national parks of Great Britain. And of course, you recognize what is it. It is Lake District. Just look at these peaceful and stunning landscapes. Well, and now you're going to have a piece of listening. Your task is to listen to the text carefully and to match the parts of the sentences. So, Lake District National Park. The Lake District is one of the largest national parks of Britain. The Lake District National Park is situated in the northwest of England. The total area of the park is about 2,292 square kilometers. This park was opened in 1951. It is popular with walkers, cyclists, and people who like boating. It is one of the most beautiful and attractive places in the country. It has Windermere, the longest lake in England, and Westwater, the deepest lake of England. And the highest mountain, which is called Scafell Pike, it is 978 meters high. In 1810, William Wordsworth described the beauty of the Lake District in his poems. His works and poems of other romantic poets attracted visitors to the lakes. And now the Lake District is one of the most popular tourist places in Britain. Here you can enjoy fishing in the rivers and lakes, boating on the quiet waters, or walking and cycling along the shores of the lakes. There is something for everyone. Let's start with matching. Are you ready? Okay, let's check your answers. The Lake District is the largest national park in Britain. It was opened in 1951. This park is situated in the northwest of England. It is popular with walkers and cyclists. The longest lake is Windermere. The deepest one is Westwater. You were great students today. Thank you for your work. And now I have a home task for you. Find some information about one of the lakes of the Lake District National Park. Well, at today's lesson, we have learned about some interesting places of Great Britain, and now you can name them and describe, and you can recognize them. You were great students today. Thank you for your work. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your work. Stay healthy and see you next week.